In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to brainstorm our ideas when it comes to create videos or even a podcast episode.
Marketing Automation Ninja.
You know what? I've been producing content for years and years. And I did it in a way that is absolutely not effective. I started to just describe the theory, describe what I've been learning on my experiences as a chief technical officer working with startups. And my content was not watched that much. Why? After a while, I really figured out that it was because of the lack of storytelling. And not only storytelling, the lack of using proper examples. So I've been researching for methodologies that I could apply on my videos. And that's where I found the Epiphany Bridge script from Russell Brunson, which is a very well-known web marketer. And he created that methodology based on others' methodology, based on the Hero's 2 Journey methodologies, which is based on the Hero's Journey, number 1, and other books before. This research on the storytelling has been creating since, I don't know, 100 years maybe, but that's really when Disney launched their movies and blockbusters, etc. They started to analyze some good patterns that were doing some good content. And that's how we come back to today's structure, which is the Epiphany Bridge script. So the storytelling part is just only one part of how to brainstorm and structure. So let's go through, in the end, what is my framework, what's the process that I go through in order to brainstorm an idea, create that story, and create a content that people will want to watch until the end. The first things is to first brain dump all the ideas you have to share, to be sure that you are not going to forget anything. And for that, I'm using post-its. I have some tiny post-its like that. These post-its are very useful because I put one idea per post-it, and then after I can move things around to be sure that I organize my idea in the proper order. Then after organizing my ideas, I am searching for a story, for something to share. So basically I identify a story either from my own experience or from someone that I know or that I worked with. Then once I have that story, that's where the Epiphany Bridge script come into place. Because I have to structure that story in 5 steps. The first step is the backstory. How I'm going to put the context of who I was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, or maybe who was my client, or who was the person that I know that went through that story. Then step number 2, what was the journey of that person? How he moved from what he wanted to achieve, his desire, etc., to the journey, his experience, and what he learned with the difficulties he got. And then, what was his breakthroughs? Step number 3 is the breakthroughs, what he really realized and what makes him successful in the end. And thanks to that breakthroughs, what were the results he was able to aim and to get? So, knowing that story, we arrive then after to the moral of the story. It's like for books for kids, right? We have a framework, and by the end, the framework is the moral of the story. So the framework, in that case, is to describe what is the bullet points list or the process list that you want to teach to people. What are the things that you want to teach? What are all the post-its that you might have brain dump at some point? You need to be sure that you go through all those post-its and you teach all the things that are important to your audience. And now, thanks to the story, they will stick to what you have to teach them. If you would have started by just the bullet list, they would not listen to you until the end. Final and 5 steps, and the final one is or are the results or the transformation. Basically, the end of the story could either be the success and basically reaching exactly what you were looking for in the beginning, or it could be a transformation, something that you were not expecting, but which in the end was even maybe better than what you were expecting on the beginning. And that's why we call that transformation. So that was the storytelling part. Now that you have that structure, we need to move to a hook, something to catch people's attention, to be sure to watch or listen your content until the end. And that's where the framework from Russell Brunson, again, another one, come into place, which is called the hook story offer. And basically, the goal is to have something that we can extract from your story. So you can take many information from your story, maybe I don't know, if it was for to teach YouTube, it's do you know that 9 people out of 10 fail on YouTube, and do you want to know why? This type of things. Or you can have something, do you know what happened to John when he launched his YouTube channel, etc., etc. Something to catch people's attention, to catch their curiosity, and then they will be compelled to watch or to listen your content, at least on the beginning. And after, during your story, of course, you will have other hook that will hook people to maybe watch the content until the end. Like on the beginning, in the intro, you can say, you will learn by the end of this video or this content how to do this or how to do that. Basically, exactly the way I did it for this episode on the right beginning. So now that's it. We have a hook, we have the story. At the end of the story, we have the moral. I think you are ready to shoot your video and after to edit your video. And if you want to make it way easier, you can of course edit your video automatically thanks to our tool, Marketing Automation Ninja, which makes a lot easier to add intro and outro. So I hope this helped, and I hope that you will be able to produce your content. And there is one more thing that I almost forget, is to get into action. It's useless to watch a video like this one without getting into action. So now that you have the structure and the process to create a content, I really invite you to create your next content right now, or plan something in your calendar to do so, and put the link on that video to review it, and get into action. Shoot your content, put it as a comment below, maybe what your content is all about, and maybe the link to your channel. And I'm looking forward to get your feedbacks about that episode. Wishing you a great day, and looking forward to share with you another things in the next episode. Bye for now.
Marketing Automation Ninja.